Thank you, Ms. Chechik, for those very kind words. We at MDS are very lucky to have you as our leader. I am honoured to be recognised tonight by Teach NYS, an organisation that serves such a critical purpose in our community and our state. Growing up in Australia, I had the privilege of seeing a community that had such reverence for and a special relationship with our elected officials. Just like here in the United States, our government had strong support for the Jewish community and the State of Israel. I saw this in my home as well. My family had and still maintains today a very good relationship with representatives in government in both the Liberal and Labor parties in Australia. Some of my fondest memories from my childhood involve spending time going to Government House in Sydney and Parliament House in Canberra, as well as various events with elected officials. I was heavily involved in AUJS, the Australian Union of Jewish Students, including being the Political Affairs Director at University of New South Wales, where we fought BDS before it was known as such. When I came back to the US from Israel in 2011, I knew that I wanted to continue my family's legacy of communal activism. In order to make a difference, I needed to follow their lead and become active in my own local community, in the wider community, and also be active in the political realm. First and foremost, it was important to me to be involved in the bedrock institutions of local Jewish communal life, the synagogue and the Jewish day school. Therefore, once I graduated Wharton and embarked on my career in healthcare, I joined the boards of my synagogue, Westside Institutional, as well as my children's school, Manhattan Day School. I also thought it was important to assist with a broader communal organisation, so I joined the board of the Queen's Museum. With each of these, I felt strongly that my involvement should be more than simply giving money. I wanted to understand the challenges in detail and help figure out solutions. I wanted to do the hard work. But even as I got more deeply involved in these institutions, I felt like something was missing. I had a thirst to be politically active, to work directly with our legislators and help represent the issues I care about to them, just as my family in Australia had done for years to great effect. Thanks to Elliot and Mark Gibber and Yitzhak Rosenthal, I was introduced to Maury Litwack and Teach NYS and quickly fell in love with the organisation. It stands in support of the two pillars that I hold so dearly: direct community building and forging the strong political relations across party lines that underpin community building work. And the work of Teach NYS has never been more essential than it is right now, at this very moment. As parents and community members, probably the two most important things we think about are the security of our children and their education. But as we all know, both security and high-level STEM initiatives are incredibly expensive to build and sustain while maintaining and improving the quality education we already give our children. That's where Teach NYS has done groundbreaking work and it had a huge direct impact. Capital is a scarce resource, and without Teach NYS, our community would not have the resources to do what we need to protect our children and prepare them for a STEM-dominated future. We are living at exactly the moment in recent history when funding for security for Jewish day schools has never been more essential. According to Reuters, anti-Semitic attacks worldwide rose 13% in 2018 from the previous year. And the ADL reports that in the US, assaults on Jews doubled from 2017. The situation is very serious and very grave, and is a testament both to the incredible work of Teach NYS, as well as the understanding and proactive vision of many New York legislators, that we are receiving the funding to address this. I see the visual manifestation of this work every day at drop-off at my children's school. The security measures have improved exponentially, all due to the resources our community has because of Teach NYS and our political leaders. In the run-up to the Yomim Noraim, the Jewish high holidays, we think about what mitzvot we can do better. In the Gemara in Masechet Kedushin, it defines that a parent is responsible for teaching a trade to their offspring. In today's day and age, In order for one to be properly prepared to enter the labour market, you need to have a good handle on STEM: science, technology, engineering and maths. I want to thank our elected officials for giving additional support to our STEM programs. As we all know, science education is constantly evolving, and funding for STEM education enables our schools to transmit to the next generation the concepts and capabilities that ensure they can succeed and contribute in the future. We live in a world where technology is evolving at a faster pace than perhaps ever before. The world is entirely different from a technology standpoint than it was even 10 years ago, and our students' curriculum must keep up with this in order to remain relevant and competitive. This is very hard to do, as costs of running a non-public institution are so high and keep rising. Teach NYS's incredible work on behalf of STEM education ensures that an entire generation of non-public school students in New York have a chance to learn cutting-edge science, technology, engineering and math so that they can be ready for the world and to contribute to it. With these vital goals in mind, all of our children's futures on the line, what has inspired me most in my 3 years of involvement with Teach NYS, it is one of the rare organizations that not only lives up to what its goals are, but even exceeds them. You've all seen the results of their funding in the presentations earlier: $30 million in STEM funding, $60 million in security funding, and lots more. The concrete achievements of Teach NYS are tangible and hugely impactful, and is a source of great pride for me to have contributed a role in bringing some of them about. Supporting Teach NYS is directly supporting our children and their future. Of course, Teach NYS and government funding of various programs doesn't cure all the challenges associated with funding our children's security and education. It is only one such source. It is incumbent upon the Jewish community to come up with new sources of funds and new ideas, like consolidation of community real estate, to help assist in this process. But as we continue to address the challenges facing us, we should breathe a sigh of relief as a community that Teach NYS is working arduously behind the scenes on behalf of our children and generating outstanding results. I hope to continue supporting their efforts for many years to come, and I hope many of you will join me in doing so. Before I sit down, I have one person to thank on this incredible journey. I want to thank my wife, Ilana, the most amazing wife and best friend, and also the mother to our 4 children, Chani, who's here tonight, Eyal and Ranan, who were here before, and Leora, who's at home. Without her, none of my work would be possible. Thank you.